Yes, it's the Heat, SiriusXM Mina's house. Good morning. I'm here with a very pretty, amazingly talented young lady. Justine Skye is here.
Hey.
Yes. How are you, babe?
I'm good. I'm actually really great.
Really great. How's press been for you? You've been doing a lot of press lately.
I have been, but I kind of slowed down a little bit. I've just been focusing on my new project, just really honing in on making sure that it's perfect and something that I'm really genuinely excited about.
Yeah. So your new song, Build, we've been playing it here on The Heat. Every time I talk it up, I'm like, listen to the words. This is based off real life experience. You know, the song's been out a little bit. You've been doing press about a recent situation with you. Is it hard to hear the song, or is it getting a little bit easier now that, you know, it's been out there for a while?
Well, when I did the song, it wasn't about that to me. It was just an amazing song. And then as my life continued, situations happened, and it created another meaning to me, which is kind of what I wanted other people to feel. When they first heard it, they were just yes, if I could build a nigga, yeah, I would. Just really just all the girls just yeah, I feel you. They act their shoe size, not their age. They really were they were really feeling it. And then when the video came out, it was just another perspective that people really weren't expecting, and it and that's the same thing. That's the same way I viewed the song as well too. So yeah.
The video is very powerful. It kind of details what looks like your, I guess, a reenactment of maybe some of the domestic abuse that you went through, and then another woman's reenactment as well. For people who haven't seen the video, can you explain it a little bit?
Well, the main focus of the video was obviously domestic violence, and I was reenacting a situation that I experienced, and the reason it's the same guy in the video and a bunch of different women, because I really wanted to point out that it's in this person's characteristics. They're going to continue to do it. It's not you. It's just who this person is, battling their own demons and whatever it is that however they were brought up, or whatever it is that they're going through, they let it out on you.
Yeah.
And it's not you. And yeah.
Have you gotten a positive response from other people who have went through the same story?
Absolutely. An overwhelming amount. And it was just so crazy. Some stories were just very positive, and some stories were women that are struggling to get out of their situations, and so some of it was very heartbreaking, some of it was very liberating, and it's just an ongoing fight, really. And women, sometimes they feel trapped, and some women aren't as trapped. They're not married, they don't have kids, but it's still difficult because love is a very,
hell of a
very
drug.
powerful thing. And so is loyalty, and it can really just cloud your judgment and on what's best for you. And sometimes we feel like we accept the love we think we deserve, and depending on whatever your situation is, your upbringing, or what you've been told, that could really take a toll on your mental and just the way that you view yourself. And you may think that you deserve what you're getting, this is it for you, this is the best that you'll get, and so you continue to put up with it. And it's just everyone's situation is different.
Yeah.
And some are more violent, some are more just heartbreaking, and some are on the cusp of that. Some are just the beginning stages of it. And really, it's just I guess bringing awareness to it, so that women understand that they don't need to be in the situation.
Right.
They don't need this person, and that there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. When you wrote Build, was it hard to write, or was it freeing?
Actually, I didn't write it.
Oh, Aaron wrote it, right?
Aaron wrote his verse. Leon Thomas, who's an amazing songwriter and artist himself, actually is the one that wrote the song.
Oh, okay, so you just really connected with it.
Absolutely. As soon as I remember, I was working on something completely different. It was something that sounded way different, just a different vibe. And Chris, who's one of the producers on the record, he was after just talking, because whenever I'm working with someone, I'm very careful on who I'm working with, because I share my life with them. I share my deepest secrets with them, because I'm putting my trust in them so that they can help me create art through whatever it is that I'm experiencing. And so he was just hearing me just like go on and on and on about my relationships and life and family and this and that. And he was like, I have this song that I think would be perfect for you. And so he played it for me, and instantly I connected to it, and I was just like, this is it.
Yeah. I want to talk about this song, Build, this notion of building a man. Like, what is your perfect man? Like, how do we build this man?
Well, in the song,
No, but for you, not
for
the
me.
song, for
I know,
you.
but in conclusion for the song, it's just like, I end up saying, since I can't build a man, I'm going to work on who I am. Because that's the thing. We can all like dream of what our perfect soulmate would be. But in reality, we have to remember that our soulmate is ourselves. And if we can't be in love with ourselves and happy with ourselves, how is someone else supposed to be?
Preaching right now.
So,
how old are you?
23.
See, like, she's learned all this and she's so young. Like, there's people that don't learn this and they're an adult.
Yeah.
So I love that you're out here like talking about it and spreading that message.
Well, I mean, in the industry, you kind of grow up pretty fast.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
Right.
But yeah, and it's just difficult. Like, what you think is perfect for you, like it's very unpredictable. Love and relationships and just the whole thing. And sometimes it's what everything you didn't expect is what you end up being the most madly in love with.
I also think that when you get older, the things that you want change.
Exactly.
So it's like an evolution. I don't understand people. God bless people who get married when they're like teenagers or in their young 20s, because I've changed in what I want in people so much throughout like the years that it's like I still am trying to figure it out. I don't get these people that are like, oh, this is my soulmate. Like, girl, how you know it's gonna be your soulmate in 15 years?
Sometimes I was literally having this conversation yesterday, but sometimes you really never know. Like, you never know. But like when something feels right, you just got to protect it, and you got to hold on to it, and you really just got to appreciate and just grow.
Yeah. When I first met you, you were on tour with Trevor Jackson.
Oh my gosh.
You had the curly hair.
Yeah.
And then you actually went on tour with him, like a separate tour. So talk to me about your relationship with Trevor. Like, he's doing a lot of things acting wise.
No, he really, really is. He's super dope. He's acting. He's crushing it. He's on Grownish, which I'm so jealous about, because I want to be on Grownish so bad. Like, so bad. But I'm very, very like proud of him, and like happy to see him just like growing and flourishing, and just really just figuring out who he is. It's like, it's difficult being like young in the industry and then growing up and still maintaining that that excitement for everyone, because sometimes people get like over you or like used to you, but it's like there's also a special place where the people that like kind of get to watch you grow up, like when it comes to like Tumblr, like all my followers that are fans that have been with me since Tumblr, like they have a special place in my heart. Like, I love everyone, but like they have a real special place in my heart. Like, whenever they like mention something that happened like in my Tumblr days, I'm just like, wow, you really really have been with me for years.
Right.
That's like
day ones.
Yeah literally. It's like that was like 7 years ago.
And that's a blessing that you have that, at the age that you have now, because some people don't have that and they're grown ups, So Justine's working on her sophomore project. Your first project, you had it done. You weren't completely satisfied with it, scrapped it, worked on it again. So now you're going into your sophomore project. We're going to talk a little bit more about that coming up here on The Heat, SiriusXM. It's Mina's house. Justine Skye's here. So you're working on your sophomore project. The first one, you were very young. You were trying to figure it out. You thought you had it. You scrapped it, then re-released it. Now going into this second official project, not counting any other music that you've put out, but like, what's your mindset going into it? Is it easier? Do you know exactly where you want to go?
I know exactly where I want to go. And I mean, like, we're growing and our minds change a lot, but for like, I feel like I've said this before, so I don't want to like be like redundant, but really, like, I've never felt this way about music just in general. Like, I've always had a special like love for music. I mean, I grew up doing this, I grew up around it, but right now I feel like I really put my foot in it. Like, it's just such a it's sonically just like amazing, and I can't wait for people. You know, I read comments. Everyone tells me like I shouldn't, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, like I miss the old Justine. But it's like, first of all, I was 17 years old. What do you mean? You thought I was going to continue to make that kind of music? You know, I was experimenting, and I was like trying different things. I was listening to certain people. I was, you know, like the industry is very like kind of tug of war, like when it comes to what you want to do and what other people think may be best for you. So you got to kind of find that balance of what's right. But ultimately, I had to realize, like, you know what, maybe it's time that I like create my own team musically and figure that part out. And I've just been working with some amazing people who believe in me to the fullest, who have my back, and who really have like sat down and spent time and their energy in helping me round out my sound and putting together like the best music that I've ever done.
Do you know like the title yet? Are you there yet?
I have a title in mind, but I don't really like to share it because it might, you know, things may change.
When do you feel like you're ready to go on this?
Oh, it's definitely coming out this year.
Okay, good.
Probably like end of summer.
Okay. Yeah, a little summer vibe, you know.
Yeah, like end of summer.
You gonna perform or anything? Any big performances coming up?
Do I have any big performances coming up? Not necessarily, but things like may pop up. You know, like I've just been very like low key.
Yeah.
Just like finishing up this project. Really just like not letting things distract me or like sway my vision of what I'm trying to do over here. I've been very in the cut.
Yeah, because I saw you did something with Seven where you guys kind of like did The Boy Is Mine.
That was so dope. That was just this past weekend.
Yeah.
In Atlanta at the Trumpet Awards. We did a tribute to Rodney Jerkins.
Yeah.
And so I sang Angel of Mine by Monica, and then me and Seven did like a duet at the end. We sang The Boy Is Mine.
Yeah, I saw the pictures and stuff. I didn't see the performance, but I'm like, I just imagined it in my head. I'm like, so cute.
No, it was so dope. There's like a video floating around on the internet.
I have to find it. Justine Skye is here. We're going to wrap up. Coming up next, it's Mina's House. I'm Mina SayWhat, SiriusXM The Heat. So this little birdie told me that you have a boyfriend and that his name is Goldlink.
Oh,
is the little birdie accurate here?
Who is this little bird?
He's the little bird.
Oh,
he made a whole song about you.
He did.
It's called really Justine's Interlude.
It is. It really is. You know, he's a very special person to me, and he's just a really great friend of mine, and he has my back.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Good answer. So in the song, he also revealed something which I wanted to talk to you about. So the exact lyrics of the Justine's Interlude are: so many stories about you and so and so who's from Harlem. It ain't too many from Harlem, so take a guess. I'm tired of hearing about this N-word put his hands on you. Tired of trying to smile through the ish that's affecting us. Then I get to overthinking if I'm here messing it up. So then everybody started, you know, talking and fueling, and, you know, blogs started to get written about who he's talking about, you know. So now the big headlines are about Sheck Wes and your relationship with him. You know, like how do you feel about responding to that or you know, those headlines that are saying that this is the relationship you were in with him?
I feel like I've said everything that needs to be said.
Yeah.
In regards to what I've experienced and the people that need to know.
Right.
And the people that have my back. You know, it's very difficult. Being on the other side of things in this industry, just being a woman and speaking up for yourself, and you just have to be very careful in the way that you move and the things that you say, because even though you may be a victim of a situation, people still find a way to villainize you.
Yeah.
And so which is really, really unfortunate and just disheartening. And just makes you look at the world and the industry as like, well, why don't you protect us? And if we're so special, if we're so important, like we literally reproduce to the world, why don't you protect us? Especially Black women.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, it's really hard to navigate when you've been in a situation like that. And yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. And I like your perspective on it, you know, because we are in this crazy world. I mean, we're watching all these R. Kelly things play out, and you know, so many times we see victims do get villainized, you know, and you know, I understand that, you know, and you have to keep yourself safe at the end of the day. It's so hard. I can't even imagine being in your position to have to like put yourself and out into the world. But then we live in a world where everyone wants to know everything.
Yeah. And I mean, I made the conscious decision to share my story.
Yeah.
And in doing so, I don't regret it at all. In doing so, I've helped a lot of women, and a lot of women have gained the courage to get out of their abusive relationships, and or just to even start noticing the signs that, oh wait, I may be in a domestic relationship.
Right. I may be getting abused.
Yeah, I may be getting abused, and I'm not really like, I'm just ignoring the signs or just being like very naive to like what's going on. And so I feel like I've done what I had to do.
Yeah. Have any women reached out to you like that we know that have been very supportive?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially like when the record dropped, a lot of women that I would never expect, who may have been through a situation themselves or just like have experienced it in their household. They just really were thanking me for being brave enough to tell my story. And in the beginning, I didn't understand. Like, they were like, you're very brave. And I was just like, am I? And as time progressed, I realized that I really did make a difference. I made some noise because people started getting scared. People started just not knowing what to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As I got weird phone calls to my phone, and I just realized like I did exactly what I wanted to.
It takes a lot of courage, and I commend you for that, because some people don't have the courage, you know. So, and it's hard, you know, it's hard to put yourself out there like that.
It's definitely not easy, especially when it's in this industry.
Yeah.
And it's just weird.
Mm-hmm.
But life does go on, and there are definitely going to be better times. I mean, I'm in the best place I've ever been in. Like, internally, like happy. Like, I'm genuinely happy with Justine.
And I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Justine Skye, watch the video Build.
Yes.
Anything else you want to talk about? What should they be doing right now? We're waiting for your project.
Well, you should be streaming Build.
Yes.
Continue doing that. Streaming it, watching the video, doing all that. And yes, amazing. The most amazing music is coming. And yeah, Goldlink is helping me with that as well, too. So
okay, shout out to Goldlink. Justine Skye, thank you for stopping by. When the full project is out, please come back. It's The Heat, SiriusXM, Mina's House. Thanks for listening.